Hi guys, how are you? Just said we'd come on and give just a quick chat and tell you a little bit about where we were today. Hi Lady Unicorn, hi Susan, hi Edward, how are you all? Um, I'm literally just in the door, um, taking off the coat. Hi Karen, hi CJ, hi Hazel, how are you? I'm grand, Hazel. It was just that was that last week? Last week we did that. Um, I did that. I went into the open crypt there in Burn Church, and I can't describe the feeling. I do believe in paranormal and all like that. I don't believe it was anything like that, but it was just the weirdest feeling I've ever had. Um, I was grand when I went in first, and it was much cooler in there. But then I got really warm, and I kind of got like tingling feeling, just kind of around the base of my head, kind of around the top of your neck area, and it just felt really just weird feeling. I still can't describe it. Um, it was kind of like a dull headache then started, but kind of once I got out of there, and I wanted to get out of there really quick. Once I got out, it lifted within just a matter of moments, really. Hi Nana D, hi Tom, hi Ben, um, CJ. That's spirit energy. I don't know. Who was it? Was it Tommy the Cat said that? Because I didn't know what the story was there. I can't find anything about it. Tommy the Cat said that, and it kind of makes sense now, that it may have held, um, I suppose, the bodies after they passed, if the ground wasn't ready for them, or if the ground was frozen, and they would have held the bodies there before being buried. I don't know. It that kind of sounds like a good explanation for me. It doesn't look like it was ever set out for coffins or anything like that. So unless it was a structure that was made and they never used it, I just don't know. Have I missed anyone? Hi Jade, how are you? Yeah, CJ, it wasn't tingling all over. It was just kind of like, when your foot or your hand goes asleep? Do you know that feeling? That just at the base of the bottom of my head. I don't think I'm claustrophobic. There was an open door there, so it just, I don't know, it didn't feel eerie or spooky. I was kind of doing it just because I wanted to do it, I suppose, and it's done now. I don't think I'd go back in. Would I go back in? I probably would. Yeah, once I got out siege, I just said it's done now. I wanted to do it. When we were on our live, everyone was saying go in, go in, go in, and I was really wanting to go in, but it was really like, it's like kind of a there's not steps there. It's kind of like down a bit of a slope, and I was afraid at the time. Did it, Susan? It didn't really give me that kind of feel, and to be honest, it didn't. I don't know. I don't think I even, it is the area there is beautiful. That first headstone that we went to, not sure you remember, I can't remember the name. It was like a German name. It was a new headstone, quite tall, with a lovely design on it. When we had finished the live, there was a lady there taking care of that little grave, and it was her husband and her daughter that was actually there, and we were talking to her. She was Swedish herself, so we got talking to her. It was lovely to chat to her, and she said that her husband had designed that, the design that's on the headstone itself. It was something her husband had done. Gypsy Major, how are you? Thanks, Karen. Yeah, Edward, I receiving fault. Never heard of it. I've never seen one in Ireland. Any crypts that we have found here, the majority of them are all just, it's usually the grass goes to, the little arched area. and you might get a little tiny little gap there, but you'd usually know that the arch of the grass is usually built up and it's completely sealed off. So this one was just completely different, and the shape of it was quite unusual. It was kind of like an igloo shape. I wouldn't say brave now, CJ. I am really curious and determined, and when I want to do something, I do my best to do it if I can at all. You're very welcome, Gypsy Major. I hope I have that right, Gypsy Major. First live, brilliant. This is just with Ireland the way it is. I mean, the weather today was absolutely beautiful. It was absolutely Baltic cold, and we had a really, really northerly kind of a wind blowing, but the sun was shining. It was really, really nice. But the evening comes in so fast here. I'm good, Gypsy Major. Thanks for coming on. That's brilliant. And we were off today then, guys. We left Wexford around about 10 o'clock this morning, and I drove to a place called Youghal. It's just on the border of Cork, so a couple hours drive, and there was a place called Templemichael. It's the church and a castle then as well. The castle is 12th century, I think, and the church was built in the 1800s. And the area around Youghal itself is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful area. And this place has loads of ghost stories, and the place is supposed to be cursed. There's over the water, you'll see it in the video, over the water, there's this beautiful big mansion, kind of an estate, Ballinatray, I think it's called Ballinatray house. And in the famine times, seemingly a young lady went up the steps to this house looking for food and water, I think, and she was turned away, which is really horrible to think that would happen, but she was turned away, and she walked backwards down from the steps of this huge estate and cursed the family and the house. So there's quite a few ghost stories surrounding. Now, the house is a good bit away from where we were today. We were at the church and the castle, and has a cemetery. But there is loads of stories about monks and shadows, and this woman in the 1970s, I think it was coming out through these gates and seeing, she said she believes it was a monk of some sort, a man in a cloak, but she said she didn't speak a word to her husband until they got out to the car, because she said his face was pure evil. But we walked around a good bit of we actually got inside the church, but it's completely abandoned. But you'll see it's absolutely gorgeous. And then when we got down to the castle just, it's ruins as well, but it just blew me away. You can see all the different sections, the doors, the doors are really high. There's no floors left. And I suppose maybe when I think about it now, it kind of does have an eerie feeling, in the sense that, this is a castle from the 12th century. So can you imagine what has gone on in there? And it was a real kind of a maze. When we went in, it was just a wall, and then you kind of went down another place, and then you have these spiral steps, and you get up so far, and then it stops. There's no more steps anymore. But when you look up, then you can see it continuing on, the spiral steps continuing on, and these steps just jutting out of the wall. So it was really, really fun. But the cemetery, unfortunately, was really overgrown. The ground was completely uneven. All the headstones were full of lichen, and so we didn't get to read many of the headstones. We got a few done. But the mausoleum, guys, this mausoleum is amazing. It's huge. It has this fabulous, it's either a coat of arms or a family crest. That is amazing. And well, I don't want to give it away completely, but we did get a look in, and I was just thrilled with what we found. Thrilled. Ben Baker, if you ever do merch, it should say that's brilliant. I say that a lot and I say wow a lot. That and then maybe on the back, God bless, huh? Or that score, yeah. Yeah, Nana Dean, 12th century. Can you just imagine? Like, it's just, the place was just, it was just beautiful when you're looking through your phone as you're walking around. I mean, autumn is, you know yourselves, it's my favorite month, but the colors, the blue skies, and this castle, and you're just looking up, and it's just, oh, just beautiful. And then when you come out of the castle is kind of here, and the cemetery is just before, so you can kind of see the castle behind the church, I should say. When you come out of there, then there's these big black iron gates, and there's a lovely walk down by the water, and then you can see that huge estate just across the river. It's absolutely enormous. We were talking to a local there, and he said some connection with royalty, and I don't think Princess Diana ever got to visit, but Camilla certainly did. So quite brilliant. Yeah, Tom, we've done it today. It's done. It'll be up. I think I will hold it till Friday. There's a bit of editing to do, and that can kind of. I'm working myself Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, and so to edit it, I'll try to do it first thing in the morning or the evening. So it'll probably be Friday, and I might actually hold it for a premiere because um, it's one of those ones that it's just I was amazed by it, and then after there we drove right into Youghal itself, so into the town, and there was a beautiful church there, loads of history inside the church. So I go in quickly and I will show you. That'll go up the church in Youghal will go up during the week. But I just brought you inside just to have a look. There's lots of information, and I mean, it was quite close to the church being closed, so I had to go quite quickly. But there is just an amazing amount of history in this church. You won't believe it. But we did something a little bit bold. It's in a cemetery as well, so we walked in and I was reading some of the headstones. There's actually a fantastic crypt and a strange um, hole in the wall, and I'll explain that in the video as well. It's something obviously that I had never seen of before either. But the part that I wanted to go into was up. It's up on really really high ground, and when we got to it, it had a big chain, and it said it was it was getting fixed up, and that it was closed. So I kind of went away and I was disappointed. And then we went back up and I just unhooked. Now, we were talking to the lady inside and she said there was a beautiful cemetery up there. So we took that as if we could go up. So we went up. So I did a quick little run around nearly around the cemetery. So that is absolutely, the views there as well are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Tom. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Hi, Nancy. Mexico City. Wow. Amazing. What time is it in Mexico, Nancy? It's 7 o'clock here. What time are we at, guys? Hi, Randy. How are you? We were just talking, Randy, about all the places we've been. Well, when I say places, we've been to two separate places today. 2 p.m., Tom. Oh, you've the whole Sunday left. Oh, it's 8 p.m. Is it 8? It's not 8 p.m. It is actually 8 p.m. Thanks, Irish Eyes. Oh my God. See, I don't know. I'm driving since 10 o'clock this morning, guys, so I'm just not long in the door. 1 p.m. in Phoenix, Arizona. Wow. Nearly 3 o'clock in New Jersey. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm just 12 noon in Oregon. Oh, I'd love to have my Sunday to start it. Back to work tomorrow. 3 p.m. in Florida. It must be gorgeous in Florida, Karen, is it? But yeah, so I was just telling everyone, Randy, that we were in Cork today. A beautiful abandoned church and a 12th century castle. Fabulous graveyard and the mausoleum, I have to say. A beautiful mausoleum, but wait till you see what we found, guys. Yeah, it was freezing randy today in Ireland. Absolutely. It's that real northerly wind, as we call it here. Like it feels like there's snow on the way. I think it was like 6 degrees here. 2 p.m. Nancy, 20 degrees. Oh, that sounds nice. We were absolutely freezing today. Do you know, Hazel, I love days like today. I actually don't mind once you can kind of wrap up. Um, I love a fresh day. That's so Irish, isn't it? I love a fresh day when the sun is shining and you're not kind of too hot either. Hi, Audrey. I'm not even going to, I can see Scotland. I'm not even going to, I won't be able to pronounce that. So it's cold anyway, Audrey. I'm sorry. I'm not going to, I'm afraid to pronounce that. Ayrshire, Scotland. Did I get that anyway correct? Um, do you know, Audrey, I would love to go back to Edinburgh. I was in Edinburgh. Tommy the cat, how are you? We were talking about you earlier on about what you said about that crypt that I went to, that it might have been for holding bodies. And I think that's probably I think that's what it was. But yeah, Audrey, I went to Scotland about 2.5 years ago. I'm not great for flying, and I decided I really wanted to go to Edinburgh, so I went to Edinburgh and did all the graveyards. But unfortunately, I wasn't into YouTube at the time, and it's something that I would love to do is go back to Edinburgh. I mean, the history in Edinburgh is just amazing. Is it cold in Chicago, Nancy? I wouldn't have a clue, guys. I'm desperate. I wouldn't, I just presume anywhere across the water is warm. 1219 Gypsy Major. Wow. Oh my God. That's amazing. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading the comments. Where one of the neighbouring villages were wiped out. Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, Hazel. Oh, the Greyfriars. Absolutely. That is just an amazing, all that area. The just I just found the whole place absolutely beautiful. I know it has all its ghost tales and everything else, but I just found it. I was in awe of the place. I'd imagine, Gypsy Major, there would be plenty of tales from that time. Yeah, do you know something? I'd love to just go into a cemetery at night, just for the sake of um, I don't know, kind of, do you know the way you, like, I do believe in all the rest, and everybody else has seemed to have seen their ghosts and their paranormals. And I mean, I've had paranormal experiences before, and I know for a fact what happened was real. Never in a cemetery. And, everyone talks about places, and you always kind of want to be just that one to see something, or to say, yeah, that place has definitely got something going on, a ghost or a spirit or something. Like, I don't want to be, haunted or anything like that, but it would just be, for the experience of it would be amazing. Have you, Randy? In Scotland, that is cool. Yeah. Do you know something? The history in Scotland is amazing. We did the castle, and that alone, you'd want a day just to go around the castle. There's so much going on there, and then the views are stunning as well. I also did the underground, hoping to see something paranormal, but I didn't. The way to say, it's all the undergrounds are, there's so much has kind of went in, so much terrible stories, that I hoped I would find something while I was clicking away on the camera, but unfortunately I didn't. Oh, yeah, we were trying to get to just the time and the day, ended up that we didn't get a chance to go. Irish Eyes is just talking about an actor there. He was much further than what we thought. It would have added another hour onto my journey there, and then an hour back. And just time wise, we just didn't. We didn't go to see that actor's. I mean, it's not just the actor's grave. There's beautiful headstones there and monuments as well. And yeah, it's seemingly that people still leave these love letters. I have never heard of him, but Nana D says he was in The Ghost and Mrs. Were an Night Rider. Oh, really? Oh, I'll have to look him up online. So, you have family in Edinburgh, Hazel. Wow. When I moved to Florida from County Sligo. You are from County Sligo, Karen, are you? I visit all there on my days off. Yeah, actually the north part of Ireland have amazing cemeteries, absolutely amazing. It is to get, I need, you'd want a few days up there to kind of travel around to get to them all. At the moment, with work and all, it's just not possible. I have a few in Dublin that I am really, really, really eager to go to. We want to go to London, Edinburgh. There's just so many that, the list seems to just get longer rather than shorter. Gypsy Major, the first time I experienced anything was actually very normal. Gentleman walked at the side of the road. We stopped to give him a lift, back the car, and there was nobody there. Wow. Did you get a fright? I mean, was it something that scared you? I know my experiences of anything paranormal were of the house I lived in at the time. The old lady had passed, and a lot of her family before her had. The house was, I think, 300 or maybe 400 years old. But anything part, I mean, it was a lot of, or I think actually on my, YouTube channel. The very first video I ever put up years and years ago was of, you know, a inside security camera of orbs, and they weren't dust, they were orbs. But I got some amazing photographs of orbs, and myself and another lady who has since actually passed got some amazing photos of these orbs. Literally, as we asked for them, they would appear. And then the lady I was with, she was quite funny, quite witty. She said, "Oh, I've had enough of these orbs. Give us something different." And as soon as I clicked the camera to take the picture, I seen like a mist or a fog. Thank you, Randy. Thanks a million. That is amazing. Thanks so much. Like a mist or a fog. And here, sure enough, when it was a digital camera, when I went back in, here was a picture I had of this like mist. And you know, I probably even have, I don't think it will show up on this, but it was, you know, the only photos that I think I have saved over the years. Having said that, now I probably won't. I actually do have them, guys. I don't know whether the phone would even show. That is, I don't see, how would I even show you? That is an orb that I have, and you can see a kind of a face in it. That is one of the pictures. Just while we're talking about paranormal stuff, just to prove, I do believe that one won't show up, I'd say. It's just there. I don't know how to actually, if I turned it down, maybe, would that show it? No, Suzanne. Sorry, guys. I'm not very technical minded. It's just showing up blank on that. But those were the orbs, as I said, that we picked up. I wish it would focus on it. Probably won't. Maybe can you see that, guys? Those are the orbs we were picking up. And I don't know whether that will show up. That is the mist. So, as I said, those are the photos that I have kept on my phone, because it was something I couldn't explain, but something that we were asking for. And that is the house that I lived in for a while, and there was other noises at night time and different smells and stuff. So I do believe, and I suppose over the years you kind of tend to believe more, I suppose, that there is something definitely out there. Hi Kylie, how are you? Tommy the cat. The house I grew up in was definitely haunted. Cabinets and doors opening on their own, running up and down the stairs. Oh, was it family, Tommy the cat? See, with that one, it was family, so it didn't. I was never scared. If I moved into a house that was haunted and I was hearing things that I didn't know about, that would probably give me the creeps for sure. I mean, we've had, you know, we've gone out to cemeteries before and we've come back and we've had lights kind of unexplained. You know, I know light bulbs blow, but these would be new ones that we've put in, and next month there would be a bang. Actually, recently there, the light switch was turned on and it blew, and I'd only replaced it a few days prior to that. But when I actually looked, the light bulb was actually out of the ceiling light and on my bed. So that was weird. But it doesn't frighten me. I believe in butterflies. I believe robins are spirits. I believe in so much. Hi Thomas, how are you keeping? Hi Sarah, how are you? You're not late at all. Look, we're just been talking about where we were today. I've a fantastic video. I'm going to keep it for Friday night and try and premiere it. I have to edit it and all, but I'll have one for during the week. We were in Youghal, County Cork. Could you see that, Julie? You could see the face. It is so clear on my phone. Obviously, it comes up. It's not great for coming up on this, but it was a face and so bright and different kind of. I can't describe it. It's like almost like a prism inside the orbs. Really, Kylie. Do you know, there's nothing as good as a ghost story. And the reason that we're, Thomas or Sarah, the reason we kind of got talking about this was today where we were. I was just telling the guys that there's loads of ghost stories. So I suppose lots of paranormal and ghost stories supposed to have gone on in the church in the castle that we were at today, and then a curse was supposed to have been put on the area from a lady during famine times who was refused food and water. So I didn't feel anything, but I think, to be quite honest with you, I knew the mausoleum was there. I knew it was beautiful. I knew the whole area looked fantastic. I wasn't expecting that the castle was so, even though it's ruins. I mean, there's kind of one wall completely gone out of it, but you can kind of see up into it, and it was just beautiful. And then, as I said, we took a closer look at the mausoleum, and it's always nice to be. I mean, most of the mausoleums in Ireland are bricked up, or completely hidden or overgrown, and this one we were lucky enough to. It's quite huge, and as I said, there was an iron door, an iron window, and we were lucky enough to be able to have a peep through, let's just say, and you'll have to watch the video to see what we found. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. That means, guys, I just want to say, I try and interact with you all as much as I can. I try to answer all the comments. I apologize now if there's ever a comment that I've missed. I am so sorry. I absolutely love to see comments under videos, and you're all so nice, and it means the world to me. Any new subscribers, I have said that we all get on so well, and we're all very close, and we look after each other, and it's just I just after putting a video up, sometimes I kind of schedule a video to go up later to try and other people can kind of get to see it then, if you know what I mean, because our time differences are, there's hours and hours apart. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much. Thanks a million. That means a lot to me. So it's so hard to get a live at the right time that suits everybody. I'd love to be able to have this time, that I can sit down and talk to everyone, and it's impossible. But I try to put the videos up, so sometimes I'm fast asleep when my videos would go up. And so when I wake up in the morning and I open up the app and see all these fantastic comments, it makes my day. I can't tell you, it's so nice to see it. Hi Ruth, how are you? I'm good. I tell you, I am tired. We're not long in the door. I've been driving since 10 o'clock this morning and vlogging and twisting my ankle today as well. Thanks to Irish Eyes, he actually saved my life today. It was a close call. Thanks, Randy. Hi, Elaine. How are you? Yes, Irish Eyes. It was a close call for both of us. He knows what I'm talking about. I nearly went down. I was doing too much talking. Ah, thank you, Hazel. Yes, we'll have to do it's something I want to do is to go into a cemetery and wouldn't it be great to do one live? I've bought this huge torch that I hope will brighten up everything. And wouldn't it be great now that we could all go live in there together and just to see if we could see anything at all, and it'd be just interesting. It's just something I want to do. Do I want to see ghosts? Probably not, but it's always somebody else's experience. Oh, I seen this, or I felt this, or this happened to me. And yes, have had experiences of different things happening to me, but wouldn't it be lovely to catch it live? No problem, Tom. Take care of yourself. God bless. No problem, Randy. God bless. Thanks a million for coming in. We're actually going to go very, very soon. I've all sorts of things to finish off here for work tomorrow. Wow, Elaine. Yeah, Gypsy Major. Um, we always go with a certain amount of knowledge into an area. Um, I'm not a big history buff at all. I like to know when um, a church was built, or things like that. I like to know, and then an odd time we will, an odd time we will know um, certain history of certain graves or what have you. A lot of the time, what happens is we go around, we find a name or a family plot or a mausoleum that we didn't know was there, and suddenly you start doing a bit of research and you find that they were judges, or you know I don't know, politicians, or someone that was at that time, well-to-do families, and so that happens a lot, really. Ireland is not, um, the record keeping in Ireland is not amazing. It's not always there at hand for you to just get. A lot of our cemeteries aren't even, they're not marked. There's not sections, or find a grave is not. Um, it's not brilliant. I mean, I have gone looking for certain people and going in to find a grave, and then you go to that cemetery and they're not even at that cemetery, and they're not even near the cemetery. So it's really hard that way. I mean, even to get photos, it's so hard. Um, it's a pity. I think it is something that Ireland is they will eventually cop onto, because it is really, really annoying. I don't know whether anybody was watching the live last week, but we eventually we came across that lovely the medal, the war. I think did somebody say it was a flag holder, but he was in the war, and I couldn't get a photo, but we did get loads of information. But I mean, I did not know that man was there. There was nothing wrote, and it was only afterwards when we came home and we did some research, we found it. Hi Hans, how are you keeping? Oh, the it's called the Necrophonic App. It is an app we have on our phone. Um, it uses uh, the paranormal groups to go around with their what are they called? Sound boxes, I think they are. So they're like white noise that's played through a radio. This one is it uses it's an app on the phone, but it uses phonics. So anything you get from it, it kind of talks to you. But it's supposed to be obviously spirits coming through. We have used it a few times. Excuse me, and a few times we have had luck with it, and we have contacted um, spirits, but it's always we always ask for we always say we want to obviously we don't want to call anything demonic or anything like that, but it's something we've done just a couple of times, just I suppose curiosity as well, but it is a good app. Spirit box, that's the name of it. Yeah, Hazel, you know what, I think you just have to go in with your eyes open. We always say we come in peace, and um, I suppose we've asked, are they at peace? I suppose, we don't ever ask for anything not nice to come true, and we've never had any bad experience, only names at times have come true. I think a couple of times they have answered our questions, which were they were very exact with what they said. Um, so yeah, it's not something I'd go into at all. I just love, I watch loads of paranormal things online or on YouTube, and I've always had an interest in it. It's not something I do very, very often anyway, but it is very, very interesting. Yeah, the bathroom here is always Irish, I should explain yourself a bit more. There is always weird noises going on in the kind of ensuite um, bathroom. My son left, it's so strange. My son left a toy in there after having a shower, and it randomly turned on itself and made these laughing noises. And the next morning, when we went to kind of examine the toy, and no way would it work. It was so strange. Yeah, Sarah, we always make sure to do that. Yeah, it's I'd never do anything like the Ouija board or anything like that. Um, Nothing like that. This is just uh, nice, genuine spirits, and it always seems to say to us love and peace. It has said my name on occasion, which is always, hiya Jim, how are you keeping? Which is always nice. And uh, oh, thanks. Yes, I have quite a few. You can see my butterflies. I've quite a few, Hazel. Um, I haven't had any in quite a while, but yeah, I'm very keen. I love tattoos. Love them. God, we are really, really talking about a lot of stuff here, guys. I basically came on to say hello and to tell you how our day went today, and we've got into all sorts of topics, which is fantastic. Kylie, you've heard, uh, is it someone walking up and down stairs in your home? Jim, I'm not a great reader at all. I was years ago. Um, there was a medium in England. I'm trying to think of his name. I want to say Joe, but I don't think his name was Joe. I can't remember. But he was a barber, and his book was really, really interesting because it was from a man who was just a barber. He was just cutting hair, and he describes how um, the whole the whole thing started for him. He was having all these voices and these obviously ghosts and spirits coming in and out of his life. He said he'd even be cutting hair, and a spirit would appear. And he said he couldn't bear it at first. He found it so, well, scary, obviously, but just intrusive on his life. And I think eventually, over a long period of time, um, he eventually sat down and decided he would, in his own mind, make up when um, when a spirit can come into his life and when they can't. And so he was able to carry on his life. And he said, yes, sometimes he would be cutting somebody's hair and a spirit would arrive and he would be able to talk to them, through his mind, I suppose, without kind of them intruding on his life. But he was eventually able to turn it on and turn it off, is what I'm trying to say. So he was just an amazing medium. Um, and there was eventually he was on a program, and I just found what he did was so. You'd have a lot of them out there that are just, you just know, you can guess some of the stuff, like, but he was so exact with stuff. And I suppose, yes, when you're making a program, you can sit down and give him the dates, give him the names and all the rest, but he just felt genuine to me. And yes, that is kind of really the only book that I've read about anything kind of paranormal or anything like that. But he was, I could just remember his name, but I can't. But yeah, that was so, so interesting. Oh, thanks, Susan. The weather is crazy in Oz. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Lane, it's not something that we might do it. Oh, not even once a month, not even twice a year, I'd say. It's just something that we both have an interest in, and another time we will just do it. I mean, I don't think we've never actually done it in a cemetery or an old castle, even. Gypsy Major in Leeds. I wonder, is it the same man we're talking about? I just cannot think of his name, and it's actually bugging me now. I just can't. I don't even know where that book would be. I just can't think of his name, but he was absolutely. I keep wanting to say Joe, but I don't think Joe was his name. No, it won't come to me. But yeah, he was just brilliant. Actually, he did. I don't know if any of you know the Most Haunted uh, program. It used to be on. I think it used to be on some of the English channels, and then I think they were on the Travel Channel. But I think they just do it for YouTube now. Yvette Fielding and Carl. He was on a few of their shows, uh, doing mediumship, and he was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Elaine, for coming. Is it Hans? Oh no, we have. We've been actually. Oh, I bet you I'll jinx it now, but weather-wise this week it was really, really cold. A little bit of rain, not much at all. Hunters Finders on YouTube, Sarah. Have I? I may have come across them. I am forever watching stuff like that. I mean, you have your ghost adventures, obviously. Most Haunted is another one. There is, I can't think of the other crowd. There's several of them that I look at. Some of them Do you know, there's a few, I'm not even going to mention names, there is a few big YouTubers out there, and I used to like them until all of a sudden, no matter where they go, suddenly their vlogs have turned into, what's that noise? What's that over there? The chair move. Did you see the chair move? You know, and it's just turned me off it. I like the real stuff. If you don't find something paranormal, say you didn't find something paranormal. Don't make it up, you know, that way. But I will have a look at that, Sarah, for sure. Oh, it's Haunted Finders, is it, Pamela? Haunted Finders. Is that a man and a woman by any chance? Yeah, Pamela Most Haunted. I'm trying to think, was it an Irish channel or an English channel? And used to always have that big Halloween live, and that used to scare me so much. I absolutely admire Yvette and Carl so much. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Um, and unfortunately, it went down the path of some of the mediums went a little bit too much on it. Do you know, I used to love Derek Acora, God rest him, but it's the same thing. It went just that little bit too far for me to completely believe it. But they've kind of come back on YouTube now again. Most Haunted have, and they're brilliant. Jim, Jim, that is hilarious. But do you know something? When I did the interview with Ghost Era, he actually asked me about, do I think cemeteries are haunted? And I said no, because why would you haunt the place you're buried in? You know, you are going to go out there and go to your home or a place you loved, so the beach or somewhere nice. Absolutely. I actually think that if a cemetery is haunted, it's for different reasons. Maybe, I don't know, that something like the place we were today, the place we were today with the castle just beside it, a 12th century castle. There was going to be problems, there was going to be stories, there was going to be happy times, sad times, disease, uh, fallings out. So I would believe that might come into where the church is, and the cemetery, yes. But to walk up the road to a cemetery, um, I'm just laughing at Jim here. I'm sorry now, he's just too funny. I wonder if spirits can have spirits. Yes, of course they can. But you get what I mean anyway. So yeah, Jim, I don't think a cemetery is haunted. I actually do believe that when you die, all that's there in the grave is your body, that your spirit, it goes elsewhere, you know. Yes, Hazel, I think you have it right now. Oh, guys, this is why, you know, I love getting out and doing lives out, uh, you know, in areas of beauty and of cemeteries and doing their headstones. But this is just because I actually can see what you're writing. When I'm going around, you know, trying to read headstones and I'm looking at where I'm walking, I don't always get to see comments. And um, was it you, Jim, actually last week said something about, did we ever come across, you know, World War graves? And next minute, and just as I read it, the comment went up, and next minute at my foot, I was that gorgeous. I don't know what the name of it is. Jim, do you know what the name of it is? Um, of our war hero. And it was quite strange. But yeah, so when I'm sitting here, then I'm completely going off track. Sorry guys. When I'm sitting here, I can actually see and read it without you know, it's so much, it's good crack actually. It's good fun. Yeah, Kylie, do you know something? Um, the cemeteries are absolutely the most peaceful place. When it's not, the newer cemeteries here are usually quite busy, which is nice because people are going to visit their loved ones and stuff. But the older ones, they don't get many visitors, so they are really, really peaceful and really, really quiet. And they're beautiful in summer, but in autumn, when I'm zooming around and turning around and my camera picks up, the leaves and the colors, I just absolutely, it's just breathtaking, but definitely peaceful, yes. Yes, Gypsy Major, for sure. Bye, Nana D. Thanks very, very much. God bless you. Um, yeah, Gypsy Major. Yeah, that's exactly it. Your body just holds your spirit, doesn't it? And when you die, and we will all experience it, our spirit moves on for sure. Yeah, Ben, that's it. What is it? We're vessels, is it? And we carry the spirit through our lives, and then after we pass, our spirit leaves our body and our soul leaves our body, and please God, we go to somewhere very, very nice. Yeah, Tommy the cat, they are. Do you know something? They really, really are. I mean, it's like a lot of people don't understand it, but when you're there, um, there's something. It not only is it beautiful, but it is really, really, really peaceful. Absolutely. Do you, Jim? Well, I don't. Have I ever felt like that? Not. No, I can't say I have. Irish eyes. Will you stop? Leave Jim alone. I don't think I've ever felt that way. I tell you what I felt. Does anybody ever experience that? It's called the cobweb feeling, and it is actually like you've walked through a cobweb. I've had that several times. I've had mysterious white feathers just, I mean, there was one day here we were coming home after doing a vlog, and as I walked through the door to come inside, and I had my handbag open, taking my keys out to come in. This white feather came down and actually landed in my handbag. So that was just, oh, that was surely a sign from heaven. That Gypsy Major, that is something. We call them old wives' tales here. I don't know whether you have ever heard of that. Years ago, and as a child, I do remember this, um, where that when the person has passed, that you don't turn on TV, you don't, you open a window to let the spirit free, but you also used to close all the blinds, so the house would basically be in darkness. But I'm not sure what the reasoning for that was. But I do remember about the window being open and they wouldn't have radios on, or, I mean, it was like kind of just the silence after the person had passed. And I suppose that's probably a mark of respect as well. Wow, Tommy the cat. Um, I look at, we're here an hour now, but I'll just say it quickly. I had a similar experience. I don't think I died. I was an experience I had. I was given an epidural and gas, and it was probably, people have said it was the gas. I had this feeling of complete peace. The whole room went like this black. The voices that were in the ward, the doctor's voices, the nurse's voice, they all disappeared into the background off, like they were going off into the distance. And in my own head, I remember, and I still remember saying to myself, I've died and I'm okay with it. And literally, I'd say seconds after I thought that, I was everything was functioning around me again, and I was, wide awake and alert and everything else. But it was the most peaceful feeling I have ever felt in my life. So I don't know what happened. I certainly wasn't told anything afterwards, but that is exactly how I felt and what I thought at that moment. And the peace was, I was fine with it, like. Bye, Ruth. Thanks so, so much. Hi, Doris. How are you? Yes, Gypsy Mate. Yeah, lights, everything. It was, I mean, as a child, uh, maybe I was 5 or 6, I can remember that happening and afraid to talk. Nearly everybody was silent in the room, and the window was opened, the curtains were closed, TV, radio, and pure silence. Yeah, Jim, do you know something? I don't think any of us can prove or disapprove anything, and until somebody says 100%, this is a fact, and here's the 100% proof. Um, you know, I think everybody each to their own. I do believe, I absolutely 100% believe, and that's it. And I think the more open you are to it, the more it will you will find experiences everywhere. Yeah, Tommy, that's, yeah, that is, you know, I'm sure a very, very, maybe not at the time a scary moment, but certainly afterwards when you come around and people have told you all this has gone on, that is scary. But as I said, in that moment, just peace. Yes, and thank God, Tommy, you are here with us. Absolutely. Well, Sarah, do you know something I could do with 2 full days sleep myself, and it would be just lovely. Nothing to do, just to sit back. Right, guys, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I think I've absolutely talked a reel of everything and anything here. Um, this was only me checking in for a few minutes to tell you how we got on today. So I'm going to actually love you and leave you. Um, Thank you so, so much once again. Uh, we can see the numbers, the subscribers are going up slowly, but they're going up. And so if you can at all, guys, make sure actually you turn on notifications, because I hope Friday night we will put up that Templemichael, the church, the castle, and the mausoleum. So with that being said, guys, uh, Walter, you've just come in there. That's sleep. We call that the old hag. That sleep paralysis. The old hag. It happened to me so many times. It absolutely scared me to the point we did actually have to get a priest in to bless that house we were in. We'll have to talk about that another time. So, guys, thank you so, so much for joining us. Lots of love. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.